Hey guys, I'm I'm starting to remember why after the last time I did this I said I never would again, but being I'm doing it, I'll give you a quick insight. This is the 3M knifeless tape, which is pretty cool because you can make designs or straight lines or whatever else you're looking to do. Put that down and then just grab some vinyl wrap. Then the idea here is going to be I'll place it, I'm going to wrap straight across and then straight over the top there. Use some heat, make sure it seals nice and good, but before doing the final full heat, you'll come down here and separate the string from the little plastic sheath, and then you come up here and you got to kind of bloop real quick, and you a little bloop well enough, and you'll cut through that vinyl wrap, and then you can just pull the string all the way up, and you'll get that. So there's so many videos on how to do it. Again, mechanical idiot here, village idiot probably qualifies too, but showing you guys that if I can figure out how to do this, you can too, and there's some pretty cool things you can do. There are so many vinyl wraps out there to choose from. You can really pick your style and do what you're looking to accomplish. So hopefully this encourages you to try. All right, so quick update. I mean, this again, super easy on this project. This took me 4 or 5 minutes. The idea is you start down here so you get some tension, and then just slowly go. Because this is mostly flat surface here, it wasn't, I'm not having to worry about a lot of air bubbles, but I still just took my thumb and pressed it across, and anywhere there is a crease, with my other hand, I pull it up a little again. Cool thing about this vinyl wrap is it allows you to put it down, bring it up, put it down, bring it up. Eventually it would kind of lose some of the stickiness, but for the most part, it's just gonna let you go up and down. And then the other thing too is if you've got a spot, like if I wanted to wrap this around the corner here, because of the angles, I'd have to be using a lot of heat as I put it down. So in one hand, I'd be kind of pressing, running my thumb to make sure I get all the air bubbles and creases out while I'm a little bit of heat, not too much heat because you don't want to overstretch it, but a little bit of heat so it's flexible enough to get around the corners. And then you've got to get to a point where, if I wanted to tuck it down here and in these corners and down here in these corners, then again, you'd have to strip all this stuff off, but then I'm heat, and then I'm pulling it down and then getting it stuck down here so that the stretch, just a gentle stretch, but I'm stretched around the corners. Again, a lot of videos out there to watch if you want to get into some really cool and complicated wraps, but this one here, I'm just going with straight lines. Just want to go straight up here, make sure I've got it protected. So now I'm going to add just a little bit of heat to make sure I don't have any air bubbles right down the center. Then I'll take this and I'll wrap it down a little bit more, and then I'll make a small cut with a knife just to come up a little bit. You can see this is where my tape is. So and then I'll get that tape started, and I'll just slowly work my way up. It'll cut the vinyl all the way around, and then once I've got it in place, then I'm going to apply enough heat so that the sticky stuff underneath it kind of doesn't melt, but it kind of we'll just call it melting. So it'll melt a little bit, but that'll make sure that you got a nice solid stick that, again, you can totally pull this off, change colors. If I end up scratching it a bunch down here, not a big deal. Just pull it all up, start it again, and it's a 15 or 20 minute project, mostly because I've spent so much time wrapping some bikes in the past, but this isn't a long, complicated piece, so I'd encourage you guys to give it a try. The wrap, I think it was 5 feet and 1.5 feet wide. It was $9, $10 on Amazon. The most expensive part was the 3M tape. 3M tape, that was $20. So for $30, I got myself a little project here. I'm gonna do the front fender, a little bit on the rear fender, and then if I got any left, maybe I'll replace the matte black I've got on the forks, but some cool stuff. Give it a try. I'll try something different here. So I'm going to get started with this tape. You can see I just rip off a little piece here at the end, pull the little plastic off, I'm going to separate it, get it right up to where I need it to be, and I start just a little slit in just enough of a slit just for the string to get caught on. Yeah, bloop. There you go. Look at that. right up to where my halfway point. Now I'm going to carefully right off the side there. See, the other half of the tape is still stuck underneath there, so you just grab it and you peel that out. There you go. It's already done this side too. You can see here I'm gonna, right, so I pull that off. Now I wrap the tank, clean out this tape. Right. There we go. Get some shit out of there. And then now, like I said, it's just a heat gun. And I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna, right here on the edges especially, I'm gonna start in the middle, just kind of pressing it out. It gets hot, so be careful, but just what you want to do is sometimes you'll get little bubbles shaping up. So as you're heating it, you're just kind of pressing those bubbles to the side. There's little air pockets, but by applying this last little bit of heat, you're melting where those air pockets are. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 kind of a deal that you're doing. But you can see here, I've got straight lines based on where the tape was. These here, I'll clean this up here after I actually get it tucked and wrapped nice and tight. And I'll heat that really good just to make sure that it's got good retention down there, because that's where, that's gonna be that little origin spot, right? All the seat and everything rubbing around. All right, some of the final touches, I forgot all about showing you guys this piece of it. Obviously, I was right over the top of the gas tank. You can see I'm doing this project without going out to ride, just to get a chance to empty the tank. But all I did is made a slight cross there. Then I'm kind of pressing it out of the way just to get some initial stuff here. I'm gonna stuff this little spot with a rag, so that as I use the heat gun, obviously I don't wanna be putting heat and fuel right there. But I'll just lightly heat these, the edges here, which will give me the flexibility to then take it, just kind of press it in deep and hard there. And then I'll be able to apply the tank cover there, fuel cover, and we'll be all set. All right. Okay, before I start putting it back together, here's the front fender. Again, you guys, I don't have the patience needed for this sort of thing to make sure it gets done really pretty. Like you'll see back here, I just got sick of it and started stretching it just to get it wrapped and flat and that kind of thing. Again, do I care? No, not really. Most people shouldn't be getting this close to my bike, right? But I have a unique ability to find every rock flying for the tip of this fender. So it's already got a chip on the front, so this is going to help protect that. Not to mention I dropped a Q-tip full of Gorilla Glue on it. Couldn't get the Gorilla Glue off, but anyways, I digress. Here it is. This is what it looks like underneath, just kind of wrapping it around. The deal is you just make some slits, you know, so you can heat it up and pull it down and get it flat. The pros, you know, they only do like a ½ inch around. Again, I have no interest in spending that kind of time or effort into making it happen, but it's kind of what it looks like. And then it's ready to put all back together. All right, so here's the final look, final product here. Now that it's back on the bike. And I think I mentioned earlier, but it was 20 or 30 minutes to get this strip done here. It took a good 45 minutes or more to do the front fender, you know, just because of the curves. And again, it's why I remember I can't believe I thought I was gonna be patient enough to do both fenders. But you know, it still looks sharp. It's gonna protect the fender, gives it a great look. And the few things that stick out to me aren't gonna stick out to anybody else as far as problems. So again, 30 bucks. It was 10 bucks for the vinyl and 20 bucks for the tape, the knifeless tape. And you guys are all set.